Tonight for dinner, Kevin and I are having pork tenderloin sandwiches. I had these Pillsbury biscuits in the freezer, so I just put them on there. If you wanted to, you could put onion or cheese, or Kevin's putting mayonnaise on his. I would put mustard on mine. So anyway, they look really good. I made them with panko breadcrumbs. So on this day, we had the family over for a cookout. And Kevin made us cheeseburgers, and you can see I like to have mine with lettuce and tomato and onion and mustard and ketchup. And then my hot dog, I like to eat my hot dog plain. I know some people think that's weird, but I actually like the flavor of the hot dog itself. And then I had made potato salad, so I had a good portion of potato salad, and I did come back and get more. So this wasn't all that I ate. I did eat more potato salad. And then these are those Kettle brand, they're like black pepper chips. This is a cake. This was a Duncan Hines cake with Pillsbury buttercream frosting. It was absolutely terrific. Today for lunch, I'm going to be having 3 boiled eggs. I like mine with salt. When I made potato salad for our cookout, I boiled some extra eggs because I know that I like them, and I can make it into egg salad sandwiches or just have boiled eggs. So that's what I'm going to have today, is just the boiled eggs with a little bit of salt. I've made vegetable soup many times on the channel, and so that's what we're having today. This is a boneless chuck roast, and it still is a little bit frozen. It doesn't matter at all because I'm going to put it in the crock pot. And this will cook on the high temperature. It has low, high, and warm, and it will cook on that high temperature for about 4 hours. This has been cooking for 2 hours. I have not touched it, didn't do anything to it. And you saw in the beginning, I did not add any water in this. I put it in there dry. I didn't add any salt, any pepper, anything like that. So it will form its own juices. That's its own juices. So I'm going to turn it over since it's been 2 hours. And in about 2 more hours, it should be completely ready to go. So for my vegetable soup, I will add a can of diced tomatoes and a can of green beans. And I have drained the water from these green beans, but you're going to end up adding more water anyway. And we'll add all the juice from that roast where it's made its own juice. We'll add all that too. This is a small can of peas and carrots. And then for me, the secret ingredient is tomato paste. I think tomato paste adds so much flavor. I couldn't get the can open from the top, so I had to go from the bottom. But a can of tomato paste. I will also add some a potato. And the potato I have already boiled it. Well, it's boiling now. I like to go ahead and put my potato in cooked, and I add some elbow macaroni. That will be cooked. I just like to know that it's already cooked through, but you can absolutely cook it in the actual soup if you're not worried about it. And then I also have some diced onion, and I will add some diced onion in here. And then by the time we're finished with all that, hopefully our meat will be ready for us to dice and add that as well. So right here, I'm going to add the tomato paste. It's thick. It adds so much flavor. So I highly recommend adding tomato paste if you've never done it before. And then I'm going to continue on. We're going to add the onions. I like lots of onion, and they cook down, so it's not like they're really strong or anything. And then I have the macaroni, the elbow macaroni, and the potatoes, and all that is already cooked. And so really it's just a matter of heating it all together. And I'm gonna give it a good stir here, but I like doing it that way because I know everything is cooked and it's ready to go, ready to eat. Now we're gonna add the meat. So I'll show you the roast in a minute, but this is all the juice that it formed all by itself. So I will pour this in with the rest of the soup in the big bowl, and then I'm going to dice up the roast, and we're going to add it as well. I added the juice and I cut the roast into cubes, and now I'm going to add some water to this because the juice from the roast doesn't make enough to turn this into a soup. But then I will add salt and pepper to taste. I like salt and pepper, and sometimes I even add, once I get a bowl, I add more salt and pepper. I don't like to add a lot because I like for whoever's eating it to be able to add the amount that satisfies them. But this is our version of vegetable soup. Of course, if you don't want the beef, then we always called it vegetable soup growing up, even though it has meat in it. But if you just want the vegetarian version, just stop at the roast. Don't put the roast in. My mom used to put, if she had anything like extra on hand that she wanted to get rid of, cabbage, little pieces of cabbage or celery or anything like that is absolutely fine to put in here as well. So you could just make it your own. But this is a very hearty and delicious meal, and we really enjoy it. So I ate about 2.5 bowls of the soup. Kevin and I absolutely love it. I've been wanting to experiment for a while since Kevin bought this sugar-free Torani. This is the vanilla syrup. I have wanted to experiment to see if it would be good with PB Fit. PB Fit is my favorite peanut butter powder, and if you don't know about peanut butter powder, it's wonderful because regular peanut butter, 2 tablespoons is about 190 calories, I think. This is 60 calories. 2 tablespoons is 60 calories. So now I'm gonna look to make sure. Okay, Jif peanut butter. Yes, 2 tablespoons, 190 calories. And that's why, if you wonder, why are people eating peanut powder these days? Well, this is why, because it's so much lower in calorie. So we get 16 grams. And normally what you would do is you would add, it's like 2 tablespoons of powder and 2 tablespoons of water. And then you stir it, and then it makes it like creamy peanut butter that you would put on a sandwich. And so instead, there we go. There's my 16, okay? So instead of adding water this time, I want to try the syrup to see if it's any good. Because it might be the best thing ever. Of course, it might be way too strong. Now, normally it takes like 2 tablespoons. So I'm assuming it still is going to take 2 tablespoons, but... And just stir and stir. Okay, hold on. I need to add more. I didn't put a whole tablespoon in there. I hope this is good. But if it's not, you know what? If it's not, then I wasted 2 tablespoons of powder and it'll go down the sink, you know? So if it's not good, it's not good. But I've done this same thing with pancake syrup. So that's what gave me the idea for doing it this way, is because I love the PB Fit with sugar-free syrup. Okay, now I'm gonna give this a try. That looks great. And you could put that on crackers, you could put that on bread for a sandwich, but let's give it a try. I think that is good. I think that is very good. I don't know how healthy it is to use that much, like 2 tablespoons of that sugar-free syrup, but I wouldn't think it would be any worse than using syrup. And it's not like I would be having it every day. But that is awesome. Like, if you wanted just something a little bit sweet to satisfy your sweet tooth, I think that's terrific. If you had apples, you could dip apple in it. You could put that into oatmeal like it is. You could put it on bread or pretzels or anything like that. That works. I think that is delicious. So I'm glad I tried that. And that just tells me Tarani makes tons of these sugar-free syrups. I have seen walls of these. And so that just tells me that anything that sounds good, like it could be good with peanut butter, you should totally give it a try. So that is awesome. I'm glad that worked. Today for lunch, I'm going to be having some of the Progresso chicken noodle soup. I'm waiting for it to heat up here on the stove. And then I'm also going to be having a peanut butter sandwich. And I got lucky because I got the heel of the bread today. Yay, it's a brand new loaf. So I like the original PB Fit. I don't really like the chocolate. If I was going to go for chocolate, I would go for a different brand. But I like the original PB Fit. And then I'm using 35 calorie bread. And this soup, this is the Progresso Light soup. Tonight for dinner, Kevin and I are going to have one of these I'm Thin and Crispy Screamin' Sicilian pizzas. This is the barbecue recipe chicken. And we have not had one of these since we reviewed it, actually. And I don't remember how it tasted. And so I thought we would have it again. We got this one and another one. They were on sale, like buy one, get one free. It was a good deal.
Yeah, it was a good deal.
So I've showed you this before during my monthly food videos, but I'm showing you again in case you missed it. I'm going to make some egg salad, and I put 3 eggs in a pan because this will make 2 meals. I use 1.5 eggs per sandwich. And so this will be, I'll eat this for lunch and I will eat the exact same meal for dinner. So right now I'm just laying out my bowls, and I'm going to get out my cutting board to cut the eggs on when they get ready, my measuring spoons, and I'm going to get a knife to cut the eggs with and a fork just to get prepared. Now I'm going to set my timer for 12 minutes. I'm going to, once they start boiling, those eggs start boiling, I'll let them boil for exactly 12 minutes. And now here you see me, I'm just, it's been 12 minutes. I run the eggs under cold water and I'm peeling them. So I'm going to peel all 3, and then I'm going to dispose of the garbage, and then I'm going to chop these eggs up. So like I said, 1.5 eggs per bowl. And I love these Tupperware bowls. We've had these for years and years, but they seal really well so you don't smell the egg in the refrigerator. Now I'm going to use a little over a heaping teaspoon of relish, and then I use a good helping of mustard because I love yellow mustard, and then I use a tablespoon of light mayonnaise per bowl. And then this is all going to get stirred together. And some people might think it's too much mustard. Some people might add salt or pepper. I do not think it's necessary at all. I literally don't use any salt or pepper. But I'm putting the lids back on. And then this is, I like to put it in the refrigerator. I like it cold. So this is later on, once it's been in the refrigerator for probably an hour. And I'm just making my sandwich here. So I use 35 calorie bread. And I'm using a whole bowl because that's 1.5 eggs. That's my serving. And then you see I have the Lay's potato chips over on the side. And now we're having fried chicken. So Ashley wanted fried chicken for dinner. She was here this night. So we had fried chicken and hash brown casserole made by Kevin.
Today for breakfast, I'm going to be having these are Eggo waffles. Now I prefer gluten-free waffles because they have such a better texture, but I didn't want to spend the money on the gluten-free. I'm not gluten-free, so I can eat what I want. So I wanted to save the $1 because I'm cheap. So I'm having 2 Eggo waffles, and I'm going to have some great value sugar-free syrup. And what I like to do is I like to tear a piece off and then dunk it, like literally like baptize it in that syrup and just completely coat it. Today for lunch, I'm having soup and a sandwich. I'm still heating the soup up right now. That's why I'm showing it to you on the stove. But it is the Progresso Light. So the whole can of chicken noodle soup is only 130 calories. And then I'm going to have a peanut butter sandwich. I like to use the PB Fit, the original. And I use 35 calorie bread. Tonight for dinner, Kevin and I are having one of these I'm Thin and Crispy pepperoni and sausage screaming Sicilian pizzas. I like these. I've said it a million times. I like the double sausage better, but they don't carry it in our town. They carry it at Meijer, but not at Kroger. So this is the one we can get at Kroger. Today for lunch, I'm going to be having this Trader Joe's Wine Country chicken salad. We reviewed this and I loved it. I thought it was absolutely delicious chicken salad. So you could have it on bread or you could have it just with a fork out of the container if you wanted. I'm going to have it with Ritz crackers just because I like Ritz crackers. But that is going to be my lunch today. I won't eat all of that, but I'll probably eat a bunch of it. Today for lunch, I'm having an egg sandwich. I just toasted 2 pieces of bread, and this is 1 egg. I put some of this dash on there, onion and herb, just because I like it. Kevin always comments when I make it that it smells really good. And then I have a piece of cheese. This is the 2% Kraft American cheese, and so that'll be my lunch today. Today for lunch, I'm having some crumpets. I have the recipe on YouTube. I've shown it before, and it uses lots of butter, and I like the seedless raspberry jam, but you could put whatever jam you want on them, but that will be my lunch today. Today for lunch, I'm going to be having some toast with this Kroger seedless red raspberry jam. I've said it before, I really like it because it is seedless and it has a great flavor. Tonight for dinner, Kevin and I are having ribeye steaks, and we have some rolls, some dinner rolls. And so I'll eat a couple dinner rolls. I might eat a couple more because they're small. And I'll eat this ribeye steak. It smells wonderful. We are having canes for lunch, like we do every Saturday. I did not show this, I don't think at all last month, just because we have it every single weekend. And somebody said, I didn't see canes. I was surprised not to see canes. Well, we had it. I just didn't show it because I show it every month. But I figured I'll include it this month, and we're still enjoying it very much.
So tonight the grandkids are here for dinner, and it's really easy to make them breakfast for dinner because we all love breakfast. So we're having Pillsbury biscuits, eggs, sausage, we're having bacon, and everybody always enjoys this meal. It's always a hit. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.